Welcome to episode 283. Man, shut up of the Dumb Marks podcast, the best wrestling podcast in all of the business. I am your host today, Donald. Gentlemen, what's going on?
Doing good, man. Better than I was earlier in the week. So,
yeah, I don't know if anywhere else in the country was 64 degrees, and then 24 hours later there was 4 inches of snow on the ground. Ice, snow, everything.
And then back to 60 degrees.
up at 4:30 a.m. shoveling the driveway, scraping off cars. I know we had the blizzard of 93 on St. Patrick's Day, but that was some bullshit the other night. Was not happy about that. So it's just what a long week. Like,
I hope that's it.
That needs to be it. I mean, we're officially in spring.
Look, I hear the weed whackers outside now. So
yeah.
There's landscapers over my neighbor's house. Yeah, there's landscapers over my neighbor's house already.
Who's not going to be out there with a weed whacker today?
It's almost as like Triple H is booking the weather and he doesn't know how to book spring, so he's just throwing everything at the wall, similar to booking the WrestleMania card, given all the injuries and all that. So given all the cloud seeding and everything else that's been going on, we get 4 inches of ice and snow on March 17th. So yeah, it was an awesome way to wake up on Tuesday. Fantastic, So.
Did you at least recover? You had a couple days off?
I took off Thursday and Friday just because I had a couple days from last year that I needed to roll over and use before the end of March. So I took off for the first round of the tournament, which was great, relaxing, but had to drop, $1,000 on my car yesterday. So, yeah,
Inspection or something else?
No, brakes, rotors, and that shit. After I dropped $750 on a new set of tires and everything else, so little 17 hundo out the door in the last couple of weeks.
I'm expecting that on mine coming up too.
Yep, sounds like me.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yep, good times.
Yes. Got to retread my sneakers. So,
yes. So with that, head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and help your boys out.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I get the summer bought in time, you say DMOF. Dumb Marks OnlyFans, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's ridiculous. So yeah, very expensive 2 days off, to say the least. So,
sounds like it.
Yeah.
Very
but all good. My mom turned 70 on Tuesday, so taking her out to dinner today.
Birthday. Nice. Anywhere special tonight?
We're going a little somewhere, nothing too crazy. My bank account, the way my savings, my checking account works, got to move money from my savings to my checking, and we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so.
Nice.
Taking her to Uncle Sam's, huh?
We may be going to Costco for $1.50 hot dogs.
You're gonna pull up in the drive-thru in this car.
That money's worth.
No, ain't even hitting the drive-thru. Them Costco, them glizzies for $1.50 is like that's cheapest food around right now. $10 for a large pizza, like.
Yeah, we did that for my mom on Friday, and her birthday is like the worst ever. It was the blizzard of 93, COVID lockdown, first day of that. It did now this with the 50 gusts, knocked our power out for like 2.5 days. So, those fun times.
Donald, I'm surprised to see you with a Penguins jersey on. I never would have expected you, to have a Pens jersey on.
Yeah,
but I'm liking your style right now, where what you're rocking. Panda and Jason's down there on the bottom screen, handing it up to the AEW sickos.
Yeah,
you get one unannounced in ring segment. And this boy's back on the white frame.
I like on.
Back on it.
Yeah, I do follow the Pens, but I'm a bandwagon fan. I'm just hopping on the wagon just for the playoff situation. So that's all it is there. Yeah, but I like the NHL more than NBA.
We'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed that they get in. It's
Yes, I know.
brutal. Whoever scheduled that last month of the season, geez, oh man, ain't doing
Sound like
no
the Steelers
favors.
schedule. Sound like Steelers schedule the last 2
Yeah,
years.
3 games in 11 days. These boys is out here playing every single top team in the NHL this last 6-week period. It's crazy.
I don't even think Crosby was off the injured reserve list. They were just like, "Nope, you're just back.
Yeah.
Cleared, not you're back."
But they're battling. They're battling. You know, it is a magical time of year. You know, I know people feel like there's a lull after the Super Bowl, sports wise, but you got free agency, you got March Madness, you got the Masters, you got the draft, and then you come around June after the NBA Finals. I'm not watching NBA nowadays though. Then you hit that lull of nothing until
Stanley
just
Cup.
baseball. Yeah, it's just baseball.
You just said all gibberish.
You can't forget about the Kentucky Derby too. Can't forget about
Look,
that.
my football season starts kickoff, Super Bowl. That's it. That's my sports.
That's it.
It's like, Jason, I go from WrestleMania to Royal Rumble, and that's it. The road to WrestleMania don't even matter.
All right, so let's get into this week. We got an intro topic, and then we got our normals, our highs and lows, which are our mushes and our Mount Rushmores. And then we are getting into a little game that I sent out for homework last week. So hopefully everybody did their homework.
Yeah, that was. I'm still not there, man. You want to talk? I do have some interesting things to bring up, as far as that when we get to it. So.
I texted Dawn yesterday. I was like, that game was tougher than I expected it to be.
So it's a little bit of an expanded what if. I will give you that, but we'll get into that when we get into that.
Little fantasy booking.
Yeah. A little. All right, so let's get into the intro topic. But the first thing I want to say is I watched the guys show last week, and I just want to put my input in for the whole thing with the ref situation down in OVW. I think there should be medical people on there, in around the ring all the time. Just like with football, at Pee Wee games, there's always ambulances there at every single game. If you can't get medical personnel there, you shouldn't be sanctioned to wrestle in that state, city, whatever. So that's my thoughts about it. Soon as he fenced up, somebody should have been in that ring immediately. It was like signs.
Yeah, I know there was a couple other statements made. Al Snow put something out. It's just listen, much like regular news cycle, after we talked about it on Saturday, it had its 72-hour run, and that's it. I haven't heard nothing else about it. It was replaced by the Ricochet stuff this week. And even that was over Thursday, and that's not even in the cycle no more. So, much like every other news bit, things come and go, but you definitely need to change some protocols around, like we had said last week, in that regards, because ultimately, everybody's safety is the number one priority. And it's a tough learning lesson to go through, especially for a company like OVW that's been around for a minute. But shit happens. So gotta deal with it, fix your mistakes, and move on.
All right. Intro topic this week. You guys touched a little bit on it last week about NXT and their PLEs being on YouTube. So my overall question is, Fox lost money on SmackDown. ESPN isn't that happy with WWE. Is WWE a bad investment right now, business-wise, for the networks? It seemed like nobody's jumping at the bit, to put NXT on some type of streaming site and all that stuff. Everything that's happening with, the whole Saudi thing and everything that's happening over in that region, talking about maybe moving WrestleMania from the spot, Night of Champions later in the year. Is WWE a bad investment? That's why nobody's jumping on them.
It's not a bad investment. It's just much like every other business negotiation that you go through, at the time, you may pay over and above market value. And these streaming services that are vying for content to get people to their platforms to continue to watch have, not just with WWE, but with other content as well, especially live sports content, they've paid over and above market value. It's no different than the housing market. And we're starting to see the turn in that trend where, now sellers can't sell. It's a buyer's market. So people, if they want to get rid of their homes, they're selling them for less than market value just because it's the flip side of the demand coming out of COVID. So you're going to continue to see over and above pricing for certain things. I just feel like, all these complaints about ratings and subscriptions and everything else, from WWE standpoint, the ESPN deal was a complete, just utter disaster. And both sides are. I don't blame WWE for taking the money because, again,
it's what they do.
Get all the money you can at the time, right? But ESPN did themselves no favors as far as, one, overpaying, two, launching an app that you're charging $30 for that sits behind two other apps that people already pay for. So you're double and maybe even triple dipping with your hand in the cookie jar as far as ratings go. Peacock with NXT and Saturday Night's Main Event, you're not going to get your return on investment in that regards. Like, you're just not. You're not going to get the outcome that you're looking for based on what those situations are. So, it is what it is at this point. The market will change. It'll go through what it goes through. And, when negotiations come around in time, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, I think what Netflix did was it a 5-year deal with an option to walk after 4, or 10-year deal with an option to walk after 4, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we talked about it. Streaming platforms, especially with this Paramount deal and everything else, Warner Brothers, HBO Max, all that, like, you're looking at 2 or 3 platforms left. Everything's going to be funneled into 2 or 3, just like your food. Everything's funneled to 2 or 3 corporations. Like, doesn't matter where you go. It's all rolled up into 2 or 3, and again, to tie it in the real world stuff, like, private equity is doing the same thing across the board for restaurants. They're buying up all these chains and everything else, and that's why you see, an $18 hoagie at Subway, because private equity bought it. Well, guess what? People aren't going to go. Popeyes is closing 150 locations. Why? Because they were bought out by private equity. People aren't going to go and pay $20 for a chicken sandwich. So it's on both sides of the fence, in my opinion. I don't put all the blame on WWE. ESPN did themselves no favors with how they launched what they launched. But where it goes from here, who knows? And whether or not they get another $1 billion deal coming down the pipe, who knows? Again, it can all swing and change in 5 years from now.
I think we'll see. I think ESPN's still to be determined on a lot of factors, especially like with Xfinity just getting ESPN Unlimited recently. YouTube TV and some others will by the end of the year. So we'll see if maybe that does pique more interest into the deal. If it doesn't, then it could be the Fox situation where they have buyer's remorse afterwards. I'm really interested in seeing what happens with Peacock after Saturday Night's Main Event's contract expires, because now that USA Network is spun off from NBC Universal and it's its own thing, this could be like the first time that WWE isn't with NBC for something, and that would be interesting to me, because I know USA Network and that group is supposed to be launching their own app at some point too. Yeah, everybody's got to have an app, so I'm interested in seeing what happens. But yes, like Steve said, they're going to take the money. It's what WWE does.
Mm-hmm.
They're money hungry. It's what TKO does in general. They're money hungry, and they're going to try to get the most money that they can. So,
which any company is going to do. It's not just a WWE thing, right? Like, you build up your brand till you get to a point where you have multiple people bidding on it, and you take the deal that's best. Now, AEW, Tony Khan allegedly, put out a bid to buy WWE, and when they went up for sale in 2023, 6.9 billion was the number. Were they ever going to let TKO, or were they ever going to let TK, Tony Khan, get that? No. But it would have been, what if? What if, right? There's
WCW all over again.
The flip side of the monopoly, right? Now you have one controlling everything again. So yeah, it's business 101.
Mm-hmm.
But much like free agency in the NFL, all you need is one GM to overpay you. You could have the market value for your position, but all it takes is one GM to overpay you. Or in a draft, it takes one GM to reach on a player because they fall in love with that player. Doesn't mean it's best for business. Doesn't mean that it's good looking back in hindsight, and it may set your franchise back 2, 3, 4 years.
There's always a Kenny Pickett.
I mean, for every James Ferrier free agent signing that turns into Super Bowl championships and a almost Hall of Fame player career, you have Albert Hainsworth, who gets $100 million and is out of the league within 2 years, right? Like, all it takes is one. You're going to have bad owners that overpay. You're going to have, big time, quote unquote, businesses that overpay for stuff. So
it all depends on the CEOs and who's running stuff too. Like look at with WCW when Time Warner, they didn't want to be in the wrestling business, so they cut it. You see all the time in entertainment whenever movies get cut because CEOs and studio execs don't want to handle that franchise. So like they cut movies constantly. What was it, Batwoman, that got cut a couple years ago? Like, so it also depends on that. You never know what's going to be in the system.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good topic. Let's get into our Mount Rushmores. Start with Jason. Mount Rushmore for this week.
The mid-card scene in WWE, Dragon Lee versus Penta was a banger of a match. And last night you had Melo and Dragunov. They're killing it. It's the best part of the show, or both shows. So
let me ask this to you. If you take those two matches and you drop them in AEW, are the sickos ranting and raving about how good they are? Because to me, those two matches were AEW matches from a styles perspective.
I wouldn't say as much, but yeah, I think they'd be ranting and raving over.
I think,
a little less flippy dippy, but yeah.
If we're giving 5 stars on TV shows, I don't know how you don't give Melo and Dragunov 5 stars from last night.
Yeah.
Just don't. Like, if you're not giving that match 5 stars, then how are you giving Speedball Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher 5 stars on TV?
Very true.
It's the same style. Like,
and your stuff came off more fluid.
And while
both of those matches for a while.
Yeah, both of those matches featured a lot of the same, fast-paced sequences, back and forth, everything that AEW does, but the difference was those guys didn't empty the kitchen sink and do finisher upon finisher upon finisher.
Yeah.
And also it's a change of pace in the show.
Right. It's not that the entire card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, for that, on the other foot with Dragunov and Mello, you've seen it so many times. Don't you get sick of it?
No, those two right now are fight forever for me.
Just like we could have had Andrade and Mello go forever.
And Mello, yeah. I mean, I know they did 7 and all 7 were bangers. Like at this point, you know, I think what was it? Graves last night said we need to make a second U.S. championship and put it on Dragunov because he deserves to have a title too. Like, and you know, tongue in cheek, that doesn't make sense. But at the same time, you get what he's saying because
it's called the IC title.
Yeah, but there's no reason why after that performance, you know, you don't have something for that individual. Like, my only thing is
Andre the Giant Battle Royal is coming up.
Why can't you do that on Mania? Why do you have to?
That was my
why
other
do you have to
question
put the? Why do you have to put the mid card titles into these multi-man matches at Mania?
Yep.
Like they're going the multi-man route for Penta at Mania. All rumors and innuendo are leading to that. And you can have Dragon Lee and Javon and, you know, Grande Americanos and, you know, will it be a good match? Yes. But at the same time, you can build and get what you got on SmackDown last night on Mania, and it will elevate them even more because it's on Mania.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. For me, the whole situation is, like Jason, I asked you, like, I seen a match so many times on SmackDown. It was like, for me, it's kind of draining. Like, okay, I saw this like 2 or 3 times already. And then again, I'm thinking about it. If you put it on Mania itself, like Steve said, build up to it, it'll be an even better match than giving it to me like once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks.
And if that's the star of the show, like you guys are talking about, then Mania makes more sense for the casual fan tuning in.
Yes.
But it
not
was
tuning into it.
It wasn't like a rinse and repeat. Like every week you're getting the same match. He's had multiple open challenge matches in between these matches. So you got that break.
Yes.
Right. You did get a break between them two. It wasn't like they just ran it 3 consecutive weeks. Right. But it is the second time that he's had an open challenge at Mello since he lost to Mello. So it's like, and this is the problem with the open challenge, is that you get to a point where you can't just keep running it out there. You have to do something to progress it into a story with somebody. And looking at what they've done with Dragunov and Miller, to me, like you had that and it was building to a payoff where you could have put it on Mania. Instead, you did it last night.
I think this is where you get the Mad Dragon. You get the heel version of. You get the NXT version of Dragunov, and you could tell story with it because right now they're buddy. So
when did Mello win? Was that December, January, somewhere around there?
Was it December?
But like by now you would think that Mello would be more in a story. Like I could see the open challenge to an extent, but it doesn't have to be. Open challenge doesn't have to be his story as champion.
These two have been the story the whole way through. So they've been, buddy the whole way through. So I feel like that is the main story. You're just getting open challenges still.
Telling the story within the open challenge. Steve, Mount Rushmore?
My Mount Rushmore surprisingly has nothing to do with WWE or AEW. I'm giving a Mount Rushmore to New Japan this week. So we had last night, New Japan had their youngest New Japan Cup winner ever. So 23-year-old new United Empire leader.
Forgot the name.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
You guys are cut. I'm getting cut out right now. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm going in and out. Like,
no, you're fine.
Happening?
Yeah, you're fine.
Hold on, because I got something going on over on this end. I can't.
Okay.
Chris, jump to Chris. I come back to me. Please, what the hell is going on?
That's on your end, man.
I know. I don't. Hold on. Go ahead.
Go, Chris.
Mine was tough this week trying to find something, honestly. But I'm gonna give it to Swerve's promo on Dynamite. That actually felt a little different, like the way it was produced. Like I enjoyed it overall. Like I know there were some issues that people had with the promo building up to the match next week. But yeah, I don't know. There was a couple different production things this week with Dynamite that I saw, and I was just like they're trying something different here. I don't know, if it's going to be continuous going forward, or if they're just tested some things out after the event this week. But I was like, okay. I liked a couple of the production changes, but Swerve's promo and the production changes, I enjoyed that. And overall in the promo,
I hated it.
I was expecting.
None of it made
You want
sense.
to see my surprise face?
None of it made sense. None of it made sense. Kenny Omega does a pre-recorded interview, backstage segment, and is challenging Swerve for his number one contendership. Swerve gets in the ring and goes, "I'm the number one contender." Nobody that wasn't touted in the match at the pay-per-view. If Swerve beats Brody King, he's the number one contender. Or if Brody King wins, he's the number one contender. So when did that come about?
Probably about 5 minutes before
just
Swerve
showed
went
up
out.
on the show. Oh, hey, Swerve. Like,
EVP Kenny.
even the announcers didn't know that Swerve was the number one contender.
Pulled a Rhea. I'm just wiggling my way in this title fight.
So, and
It's
then
pro
because
wrestling. You don't need to do anything but point and say you're the contender. That's all you got to do in pro wrestling.
but then you so because Swerve is putting up his number one contendership that he didn't know he had, Kenny Omega now has to put something on the line because
EVP.
stipulations and stipulations. So Swerve says, "I want your EVP."
So you know exactly what's going to happen now.
So if Swerve wins, he's now EVP. Kenny Omega is no longer EVP. Swerve, as the most dangerous man in AEW, is going to abuse his power. And somehow this is going to lead to Swerve reinstating Hangman to get a title shot. To go back on that stipulation. That he can't challenge for the title no more. Swerve's going to grant Hangman his title shot. And that's how Hangman gets back.
I was going to say reinstated. What happened to Hangman?
The Helmsley McMahon era.
The self-imposed "I'll never wrestle for the title again," self-induced handshake deal that Tony Khan said that after the press conference of the pay-per-view. Oh no, it was a gentleman's handshake between me and Hangman that Hangman wanted. Well, then why put the stipulation out there?
Exactly. I mean, we said it last week. The stipulation is awful, but I'm really
stipulation on here to try to draw a buy rate and everything else.
I've thought both sides. I've thought about what's going to happen with if Swerve, if he wins, and we end with Omega. I think Omega is going to win, just so Omega gets the shot at Double or Nothing.
Of course.
And then we build Ospreay and Omega at all in.
But yeah, like none of that made sense on Wednesday night. You can't have your announcers out there looking and sounding like fools because they don't know what's going on. They're the ones that are telling the story and enhancing the story that you're doing to get it over more with the fans than just what the wrestlers do. And if you got announcers out there selling confused and don't know what's going on, Swerve's the number one contender, but looking around at each other.
That's Tony Schiavone every week.
What do you mean?
They're trying to clean it up at the end.
All right, so who won the New Japan Cup, Steve?
Sorry, finally got my shit back. I don't know what that was. But Colin Newman. God. Colin Newman is your New Japan Cup winner, 23 years old, new leader of the United Empire. He's part of a nice little young young boy movement within New Japan right now. We talked about New Japan with all these exoduses and Gabe Kidd, David Finlay, you got Evil, so on and so forth. They are going the young guys route, and lo and behold, he gets an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match coming up at Sakura Genesis on April 4th. So shout out to New Japan for leaning in and going with the young guns. Let's see what we can do. I really like his moxie. And again, we look across the board around the globe. You have Newman in New Japan. You got Leon Slater. You got Javon Evans. You got Ricky Sosa. These guys are 21, 22, 23 years old.
Jackson Drake.
No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. No. But these guys, and that's not even adding in Trick and Oba, who are a little bit older, but still in that range, right? Like, yeah, man, come on now. Like, we say what who's next? Who got next? Well, you're starting to see some of that next shake out and seeing who could be placed where on the chessboard moving forward within these different companies. We don't have 09 Orton back. We have 09 Orton back in title only. Okay. I got so much to get off my chest about that last night. But yeah, so Colin Newman, my Mount Rushmore this week, youngest New Japan Cup winner in history. You do something for a company in New Japan that's been around for however many years it's been, for a first time ever. I'm gonna rock with you and put you on my Mount Rushmore this week.
Yep.
Good call.
As I always said throughout this whole podcast history, push the young stars. At one point in time, Vince did it, got all the old crew out, and it was pushing people like Brett and Sean during that time period. So
Brett was always old. So.
CM Punk's not a young star.
Brett was always in his 40s.
It's like Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson's been 45 for damn near 50 years. Like
Right?
he was 45 at 18.
My route Mount Rush. I'm about to say Bush. That's how much I want to get into Bush. My Rushmore is it goes to Drew and Jacob, what they did yesterday. I mean, I know I'm not all crazy about the brawls and all that stuff, but this is the only male storyline that I am interested in WWE right now. So from the beginning of the show to the end of the show, them brawling, I'm all for it.
The only thing that's so just cheesy pro wrestling was the end last night. Like, first off, how did they get on the other side of the fence and brawling up whatever that was outside the arena? But you had Aldis and everybody else
couldn't get across.
Running up to a fence and then shaking the fence so that they can hear them. Like, and then like Drew's fall and grabbing the t-shirt. Like, come on, you grabbing that little t-shirt is gonna pull Jacob Fatu off. So now what? Jacob Fatu survived a car accident
through the windshield.
Through windshield. Off a 25-foot building. And what? He'll be back on SmackDown next week with Drew. Like,
I loved every second of it. The car crash, how it came on with his head through the windshield was like, we started off great. To them fighting into the ring. Him jumping off, putting Drew through a table, to the backstage part with the MFT.
They just disappeared. Like
they went back to the rollers and nothing was there. It was just completely gone.
Yeah. Hey, not only did Jacob do all that in new J's, but he did all that in new white and red J's.
Yes,
he did it in the whites.
Didn't get dirty at all.
Not at all. Not one scuff on them new white J's.
Or creased.
Had that spray protection all over them.
All over it. Yeah, that's crazy. All white J's. They're delivering. Yeah, no, I mean, rumors were going into last night that they were going to do something in the match that would lead to them fighting at Mania. We never got the match. They just brought all over the arena to lead to their match at Mania. So, card subject to change as far as match announcements, right? But you had to do something to up the ante, considering how these two have been interwoven with each other since Drew won the belt. And we still don't know that Drew was the one that kicked Jacob's teeth out. Where are we going to get that part of the story finished?
I think you might be the only one remembering that.
It's a plot hole.
Hey,
I mean,
you pulled the wool over my eyes. I'm here. I'm sold now.
They forgot about it, so you're supposed to forget about it too.
yeah, come on now. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I listen. You give me Jacob and Drew at Mania, I'm sold. I'm there. Like, I just don't know what. And rumors were WWE is looking to add more stipulations to Mania because, basketball reasons. So this is going to have some type of stipulation to it,
Of course.
which is fine. But
It'll
Be a Las Vegas street fight.
You can't challenge the WWE title.
yeah, give me the Vegas, the parking lot brawl, and
Yeah.
go full Goldust and Piper with it.
Just
He's in the car, so might
just
well.
all night long.
Not at Mania. I'm like, I ain't paying this much for you to brawl outside me to watch on the Jumbotron.
that is how you're supposed to do an all-out show brawl, like through in camp, like not what AEW did with Darby and Gabe Kidd. That trash.
I didn't see it, but how did he get in the straight jacket?
Bro,
Don't even want to talk about it.
If you can put another grown man in a straight jacket, you lost. You match. You lost. You know, let a man clothe you. You lost.
We're not even going to talk. How Darby gets one. He wins in the dogs lose at the pay-per-view. Then Gabe Kidd jobs out the Darby in a coffin match, and it's like, come on, bro.
What Jason say last week?
Darby never loses. Just like AJ Boone.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to smack a bitch? I was not expecting that to flood the IWC timeline last week, but it did lead me down the rabbit hole of Chappelle skits, and that's always hilarious.
AEW slowly turns into the thing they hate.
All right, let's jump into the mushes. Jason, your mush
Y'all
for this
said
week.
Wayne Brady, AJ Boone, and Rizzler. Get Jelly Roll off my screen. I hate him. I hate his tone, his cadence, everything. He just sounds like white Ray Lewis. Like everything, like you shouldn't have a cadence when you talk. Like you talk, everything ain't passionate. Shut the fuck up, man. Like
That's Jelly Roll. He's been that way. He won his first award.
No,
He was that way when he was 500 pounds. He's that way at 250. Like,
Turn it
that's
off.
Jelly
Turn it
Roll.
off. You ain't talking to your mom and dad like that. You ain't talking to your kids like that. Turn it off. You don't give me that passionate speak. Give me that on the mic in a promo. Don't give me a man to man.
He jumping into the nature boy.
And even nature knew how to turn it off.
Does he? Nature still being nature.
You can turn off the
Nate's got passionate. Like it was
I
different.
didn't.
But
I
I bet
didn't
you.
like the backstage with Randy and you said the manly motivation speech, the Eminem. But him and Kit Wilson were entertaining last night.
It was.
So
Who put that
Jelly
man-
got a belly on your back. He got a belly on your back line off in 2026 on TV. I'm not sure, Triple H and all them knew what belly on your back meant, but yeah.
I think that's AI's fault. He wrote that. Hey, I was all for that because who put Jelly Roll down? Toxic.
This is definitely leading to Kit Wilson and The Miz versus Jelly Roll and Danhausen at WrestleMania. Calling it now. That's going to be your special attraction tag team match.
No Royce Keys and Jelly Roll?
No.
Danhausen. That better be on the pre-show.
And Danhausen just allegedly charging people $20 to reverse curses and running away is also tremendous. See, you got $20 human monies? And Candice raiding Johnny Gargano's pockets, who, by the way, I almost put on my Mount Rushmore this week because he went live on Twitch and he streamed, and all he did was lay on the table. The entire stream was just him laying on the table.
Good to hear about that.
Yeah, it's tremendous. Like,
talk about probably got a donation.
Oh, yeah, it was living it before lapping it up. Like, that's literally all he did was just lay on the table the entire stream. So that was almost my Mount Rushmore for just sticking true to the gimmick.
Danhausen watching too much Jujutsu Kaisen or CT.
Took the $20 and disappeared.
Steve, your Rushmore? I mean, not Rushmore, Mush.
Oh boy, I got a lot of mushes this week.
There you go.
Hey, little Sonya Blade retired gear last night. Yeah. Yeah.
Jason just sitting over there like, finish me. Yeah, I have so many mushes. Just
there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, AEW not following up on a pay-per-view again is just absolutely unbelievable to me. You know, their pay-per-view going to 12:40 something on a Sunday night during a week.
I didn't watch it live, so
that Roman and Punk, old soft ass CM Punk.
I think Donald's saying I got next on that.
You know,
that was 1B. That was 1B. That was 1B. So we can talk about that.
I'm old. You're old is what gets you to snap. You're old because you're too fragile to hear the alleged line of something to do with Larry. You know, you talked about burying Roman next to his dead father. Roman can't say nothing about your dead dog.
Aren't they the same age?
Snap on I'm old.
That
was just a horrible segment. My mush of the week is AEW, and the main event spot and then afterwards segment was just absolute trash.
Yeah.
If I get a triple Dick Nibbler in my pro wrestling in 2026 as a counter to being put into a tombstone, get that off my TV. We're biting balls now to get out of wrestling moves. That's what we're doing.
What?
A PWG indie spot. 3 guys in a row all at the same time, just chomp down on it, and that's how they get out. And then it leads to the Young Bucks and Edge and Christian cutting just this god awful, terrible promo.
The women should have been the main event.
God awful, terrible promo where Adam Copeland's talking about I'm back to avenge my wife, and Christian's talking about I'm just back because I'm an asshole, so pay me money. And then FTR comes out on stage, and it leads to a match announcement for the belts. I saw graphics going around. Don't know if it's real or not, so fact checkers can fact check me. But announced that it's going to be FTR versus Edge and Copeland, and Young Bucks are nowhere near the match. Why are they? Right now. Why are they coming? Then why are they involved?
Because at Double or Nothing, it's going to be a triple threat TLC match.
First off, Edge and Christian do not need to be in a TLC match at Double or Nothing.
Just wait.
But if I'm getting ball biting in my wrestling in 2026, get that off my screen. We're the best wrestle, huh? We're the best wrestle.
Didn't know that went down.
Your corn cob biting ass marks.
That's how tuned out of the match that I was. I don't even remember it either, and I watched Dynamite.
Yeah. Nah, get off my screen. Just absolute mush.
Chris.
There was a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bad.
But that right
AEW was
there-
up there on my list. Because even Revolution wasn't even great overall. I didn't feel like it was there.
People act like it was the greatest pay-per-view ever. Ratings, cage match ratings, everything. The greatest pay-per-view of all time.
No, I think cage match, the best match was the Young Bucks FTR.
They finally delivered.
It was their best match.
That was going to be my Mount Rushmore because they finally delivered. But
yeah, it wasn't there for me, but it was. I think it was their best match. At least they finally had that.
And why is Jet Speed and Mystico now your trios champs?
Hold off, just put it back on. Just get Hangman out. You could have just free rolled that shit. You could have just said,
Yeah,
Just
like
give
what
him
are
the
we-
title. Yeah, just could have gave him the title.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad on AEW too.
It's like I need to focus on the singles title. Here you go. This is you.
You going for 5 rows in a week? 5 weeks in a row, Chris?
As bad as AEW was, TNA was worse.
TNA's coming off they're coming off their highest viewership in a decade. And
Good
this
for them.
man's still burying them. They're
That
continuously growing on AMC, and he's still burying them.
I don't care what the audience is. The TV is shit.
He is.
Like, that first half hour on Thursday, I had to turn it off afterwards. I went back, but I was like, I can't watch this anymore. Why do they keep going back to the well with this Mike Johnson guy? Like
Who?
the old guy that wrestles. That's like in his 60s or whatever that comes out to wrestle with TNA like once a month. Like they need to stop using him, like because it's not doing anything. And like the first half, it was Kaz versus Hometown Man was the opening match. Nothing.
Hometown Man is great.
It's a hometown man.
And then it was Mr. Elegance versus Mike Johnson in the second match. And just like, and right there after that was over, I was like, I'm done. Like it even got to a point at the end of that match, like they did like an after segment, and then the ref had to come out and cut them off to tell them to go back because the segment was over. Like,
So you didn't see the Raven handed Rosemary.
I turned it back on. I turned back in after like the show was over so I could fast forward through shit. That I'm over the alley shit too. Like I don't care about any of the alley backstage segments. We've gone to Don't Sleep on Impact to I Fall Asleep on Impact.
She's going through the 7 deadly sins to resurrect Allie to get her out of the spirit realm and bring her back officially.
And yeah, Raven's thing was I envy Tommy Dreamer. Oh, it's not opposite day? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, he did hand.
Is this that to be continued segment?
Yeah.
He did hand Rosemary a vial of Tommy Dreamer's high cholesterol blood from 1995 ECW that Raven's been holding for 30 years.
I'll take Steve's line. What are we doing here?
I was watching basketball, so I didn't even tune into TNA. I saw clips of Moose with people saying Moose is going for the worst wrestler of 2026 and wanting to steal Jey Uso as the worst spear giver of all time.
But at least this week with Moose, he was coming off the match, the street fight, so he was playing injured. So at least give that. But no, it needs to get better. And it's not. Good that they're getting the ratings, but the program isn't equal to what the ratings are.
Yeah.
Makes me miss ECW all the time, man.
Dreamer Ravens beef still going on. 30 years later.
Like forever. That's what that is. We started on time, DJ. Where were you?
You're an
partying
hour
last night,
late.
man?
DJ, you're an hour late. Yeah, I'm glad I mean, the Santana and Macklin face to face was all right.
It was all right.
I mean, the
Again,
best part was the best part wasn't even on Impact. It was Ricky Sosa and in his match on Explosion, which like that was better than his match on Impact last week. They should have ran him and Hotch on Impact because that highlighted both of them.
I'll
Honestly,
go back and watch that.
Yeah, go back and watch that. That was really good for both of them. So I thoroughly enjoyed that match, but yeah, I just saw some of the clips and read the recap of TNA, and I'm like, what are we doing? As
It's
Chris
not
said.
even TNA anymore. It's TNA.
It's TNA. Not TN awful yet.
It's not TN awful. It's not LOL TNA. It's just TNA. Woo! DJ living that club life.
Man.
It's out there 2:30, man.
All right. My Mount Rushmore, why 1B was Punk and Roman. Like I said, are they just gonna continue to talk shit to each other? Whatever happened to the old days leading up to Mania, like Rock Knocker Stone Cold off the bridge, smashing titles, stealing titles, like whatever happened in that. I mean,
you said Drew and Fatu are doing that.
Well, now they are doing it now. So you know,
I also hate it, and this was another, besides the Dick Goblins on Wednesday night, Rhea and Jade.
That should have been the title for the show.
Rhea and Jade. What are we doing?
That seemed to be unanimous on the IWC this week.
That was terrible.
Jade is horrible.
Like, they're both horrible.
That was terrible.
He's more.
They're both horrible right now.
Now she got a faction.
And
Out of nowhere.
Now we're just throwing Meechin and B-Fab with her after Jade just beat Meechin last week.
You could have planted the seeds to have had this done differently. Like you could have had B-Fab first and Meechin talking to her. But you just beat Meechin last week.
And there's no
sounds like the AWA
no
reason of you have to make me bleed in order to be my friend.
Yeah. No need.
So
for
now
those.
what? Now we're gonna rewrite the story into the ending to close the plot hole, but that doesn't make sense at all. And Jade for I'm that bitch. Now you need two other women with you to step to Rhea. So that makes your supposedly badass heel champion look like a coward when there's nothing about Jade Cargill from a heel's perspective that says I'm a coward heel. This is one thing at Mania, scrap it off the show. Mm-hmm. I don't need it. I don't want to see it the next 4 weeks. I want nothing to do with them. I said it last week. This
put it on the SmackDown before.
It just has Rhea just feeding Rhea for the next 4 weeks.
So I saw a lot of people. We're not going to body shame anybody, but a lot of people are like, Rhea's losing too much weight. She's getting too skinny. So she's gonna be out there like Charlotte Flair, just flat as a board.
Watch it down.
But my main bush.
I think Jason's like, I like breadsticks.
I like breadsticks.
But my main mush, my 1A is the title of the show, Man Shut Up. Carver on NXT during Booker T segment. As soon as his music hits, he's just walking down the ring, just screaming at the fans, man, shut up. Man, shut up. He said it about 7 times. The whole segment, completely awful. And that right there just showed me Carver's just nothing but a 100% certified dipshit. If I want to see that type of gimmick, I'll go right down to the 7-Eleven down the street and watch that every single day. That is not needed. The whole segment was awful. But him especially.
You just
I got playing in my head the last time you went to that 7-Eleven right now.
This is supposed to be the next guy after Open Trick?
No.
No,
not at all. Just get rid of the whole men's division in NXT because it is not good at all.
I will say I slotted in, Newman winning the New Japan Cup just because it's New Japan and it's different and everything else. But my Mount Rushmore for the week was the opening segment to Raw. It's everything about Seth, Brock, and then Oba was absolutely fantastic. And you talk about when Brock wants to make somebody, and he's done it a couple times. You've seen he did it with Keith Lee, he did it with Drew in the Rumble, he did it with Cody at SummerSlam. When Brock wants to make you, he will make you. And he stamped Oba in that segment and put Oba over 1,000 degrees. Like, and I don't care that you see him sitting up, hey, step on my chest. I don't even care. Like, I don't care that he's calling off the spot loud as hell in the middle of the ring to do it. That was everything that it should have been, that it could have been. Saw Kofi on Twitter telling out, avenge us. Yeah, I'm here for it. Now, if they actually pull the trigger at Mania, we'll see. But I absolutely loved everything that was that segment on Monday night.
All right. So those were our mushes and Mount Rushmores for the week. Email the show, comment, and give us your Mount Rushmore and mushes of the week. All right, let's get into this game now. So this game, a little bit of fantasy booking, a little bit of what if, in that I held on this for 3 months. I seen it on social media. I forgot who put it out there, but it looked like something interesting, and I wanted to hold it off until Mania time. So it is basically change a WrestleMania main event outcome. The one that I saw that everybody was given, like the perfect example, just to give the viewers and listeners what it is, that in WrestleMania 4, Hogan betrayed Savage because Hogan sold out to the $1 Million Man. And eventually leading to WrestleMania 5 with Savage being a face, Hogan being a heel, and them settling their beef. And it wasn't for the title because $1 Million Man was still the champ. So I gave the guys homework to come up with their versions of a WrestleMania outcome, reverse it, and give a little reason why and a little story behind it. So, Jason, should I start off with you, or do you need a little more time?
I'm good. Priest was the main event, but that would have been him winning. Would have been, yeah. You go. I'm changing Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte because that's the only WrestleMania event main event I can remember. And Charlotte's going to take
whole internet.
Yeah, there's a thing called the internet. There's a thing called Google. You type in WrestleMania main events, and it gives you the list of all the WrestleMania main events.
Yeah, but then I have to figure out the story. I don't know going into it.
That's why it was homework.
I'm not going down a rabbit hole of wrestling I'm never going to watch again.
All right, let's hear. Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
Charlotte, Becky, and the other one, Ronda, had the shirt on. Forgot her name. Yeah. Charlotte's winning both belts. Put one more title on her, and I'll have Becky come back up through the rankings and take off the whichever one does. Was she was SmackDown. SmackDown belt. And you can still get the same outcome.
So you have Charlotte 2 belts instead of Becky 2 belts.
Yeah. And Ronda can go away.
This guy is unbelievable, man. Like, what?
You guys are historians. I'm not.
What are we doing?
I'm playing the game.
No, you're not. You're not playing at all.
He's putting his favorite over. That's exactly what he did. That's what he wanted to see for the
I
outcome.
want to put your favorite over.
Oh. Steve, Chris, which one will go next?
Go ahead, Chris.
All right. I'm going back to WrestleMania 34. Main event was Roman versus Undertaker. Everybody thought that was kind of going to be the match that Undertaker retired on.
It's 33.
33.
34 was Brock and Roman.
Okay. So everybody thought that was where Undertaker was going to retire. You know, he left his clothes out in the ring. JR came back to commentate for that match. Taker broke kayfabe and went and kissed Michelle after a ringside. So everybody thought that was it. You know, Taker's walking out. He's done. We all know now that wasn't it. So because of that, I'm changing it to Taker beats Roman, so we don't have to deal with I'm the big dog. We don't have to get that shit from Roman afterwards. But after going through the history of that match afterwards, kind of surprised me because I was like, we do Roman loses and then kind of works his way back up. And I was kind of surprised to see after that match at Mania, they actually had Roman on a losing streak, which I didn't remember. Like the very next month, Braun Strowman beat Roman in a match. And there was from Mania to September. So Mania, Roman won. Payback, Extreme Rules, Great Balls of Fire, if you remember when that was a thing. And SummerSlam, Roman lost all those matches. He didn't win again until September. So I would keep most of that, him having the losing streak. The only thing I would have changed in there was he would eventually come back, him and Undertaker play some mind games with each other, and then Roman wins at SummerSlam over Taker.
So how is that any different than what I did?
it interesting. Steve, you want to go or do you want me to go?
No, I can go. I went a couple of different ways with this. First off, just some interesting facts. When I was looking through this, I decided to exclude the night 1 and night 2 main events. So the last couple years. Just because one, what's that?
Night 1 is not a main event.
No, it's counted as a main event. Everywhere you look, they're counted as main events.
I know they count it. It's not a main event.
What'd you say, Jay?
You're not taking KO over Stone Cold?
I'm not taking that out as a main event, but
No, you're not taking them over. You're not.
So eight of the first 9 WrestleManias were main evented by Hogan. Roman has main evented, I think, 10 or 11, and however many out of the last however many. So almost half of all WrestleManias were main evented by 2 guys, Roman and Hogan. Just as little sidebar nuggets for you guys there, which I thought was just absolutely crazy. And then you start looking at like who the main guys are in main events, and we talk about AEW in their 7 years of just rotating the same guys in the title picture. WWE's been no different. But you go back and actually look, right?
Yeah.
Like, so just going back and looking at this from an exercise perspective, it's like, holy shit, like you got the same handful of people in 42 WrestleManias in that regards, right? So I thought about this a couple different ways. There's 2 that really stand out to me that just need to absolutely go away. One, WrestleMania 9, Hogan defeating Yokozuna. We're scrapping that. Okay, we're getting rid of that. All right.
You didn't like the hot sauce?
No. No hot sauce. No Hogan coming out to save everybody. None of this that he always does. Right. I'm gonna have Yoko beat Brett, but we're not doing the Hogan trying to save America and everything else that went on with all that. Just have your tag team match with Brutus and head off to WCW. Yeah. But the one that just sticks out for me, and it's often tied to what most people consider to be the worst WrestleMania of all time. But Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow, WrestleMania 11. Get rid of that. That's not the main event. Shawn and Diesel with Jenny McCarthy and Pam Anderson should have been the main event of that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And Diesel in the main event.
He was a champ. You know how it was back then.
He
carried
also
the brand for a year.
Yeah, I mean, you had Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam that year, which Diesel and Shawn should have main evented. WrestleMania 12 was Shawn versus Brett, and then 13 you had Undertaker versus Sid. WrestleMania 11 they can just scrap that whole Mania card altogether. That was just absolutely god awful, and I don't even know how to rebook and rewrite that to be a thing. But if I'm going to kind of change a moment in time, and I know this is going to sound in poor taste because of who is involved in it, and I don't even know if I should say it.
We're going to 20.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you guys off air. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put it out there live on air. But yeah, so Lawrence Taylor, Bam Bam Bigelow, get that. I get it was covered by mainstream media, and there was a lot of hype and quote unquote. Some people say it's the Mania that saved WWE because that was 95 going in. But yeah, no, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Scrap that altogether. Put Shawn and Diesel in the main event and have Diesel win and run that through till SummerSlam.
I've never gone back to rewatch that Mania.
11.
Yeah.
Nor should you. Did you? I mean, looking at the card from that, I mean, you had Lawrence and Bam Bam, Diesel and Shawn. You had Bret Hart beat Bob Backlund in an I Quit match. Roddy Piper is the special guest referee. That's arguably considered to be one of the worst matches of all time. You had Owen Hart and Yokozuna beat the Smoking Guns for the tag team titles. Undertaker defeated King Kong Bundy.
I didn't know Bundy was still around.
After DiBiase stole the urn from the Undertaker.
That was when he was part of the $1 Million Man's faction.
Yeah. You had Razor Ramon defeat Jeff Jarrett for the IC title, but Jarrett won via DQ. He retained the title, even though Ramon won. And then you had the Allied Powers, Lex Luger and the British Bulldog defeat the Blue Brothers, Jacob Blue and Eli Blue with Uncle Zebekiah. That's your WrestleMania 11 card.
That was during my first wrestling break. And you can see why.
What a mess. Every match, I mean, you had 4 out of the 7 matches went less than 10 minutes. I mean, I don't even know if you have an hour total of wrestling time. 6, 12, 25.
When WrestleMania used to be 2 hours.
You had literally an hour and 4 minutes of wrestling time. So WWE has still stuck to that formula of 3-hour show and we'll give you an hour of wrestling on WrestleMania. It hasn't changed.
Jason, give that back to me. What do you got for us, Donald?
Scrap that whole Mania altogether. That's my main event change. Just scrap that entire.
Just scrap that. The one that I did, I went back to WrestleMania 25 and Randy Orton versus Triple H. I had it as Randy Orton being the winner, so he could continue his heel gimmick and make hell for the McMahon family still throughout the spring and the summer. I have it to where Hunter would get his rematch at Backlash, but Randy would win. And then Hunter asked him for one more chance. But the stipulation was Hunter had to fight Vince at Judgment Day and win with no finger poke of doom stipulation. And if he won that, he would have to fight Shane at Extreme Rules. And he had to win that for him to get his rematch with Orton. And then it turns out that Hunter did beat Vince and beat Shane. He fought Orton again, but Orton beat him. So the McMahon family had to leave the company for a little bit. And that's the one I would have changed because that Randy Orton then was the Randy Orton that I liked. And Triple H had no business retaining the title during that Mania.
That was a damn good WrestleMania build.
That will be it.
Okay.
I mean,
yep. All that just so Randy just go laugh at the McMahons. Just his heel gimmick through them, just putting them through turmoil the whole time.
I'm surprised nobody picked The Miz and Cena.
I thought about it. There was a bunch I thought about, but
I mean that led to the 2-year run of back to back with Cena versus Rock.
Yeah. I was fine with The Miz going over.
Yeah, I have, like I said, I have one that I really wanted to do, but the more I think about it, I'm not going to say it on air. So
you mentioned WrestleMania. You mentioned WrestleMania 9 with Hogan and Yoko. I had one where Yoko just flat out beat and squashed Hogan. So Hulkamania died on that day, and he never came back. He just went straight to WCW.
See, man, you said pick one. You out here picking 2 and 3.
Well, that was the first one I was coming up with, and then I remembered WrestleMania 25. So, yeah.
Yeah. That.
So, that was our game. If you have any like fantasy booking of that, different outcomes from WrestleMania, please email the show. Comment us on all of our social medias. Does anybody have any quick hitters for this week?
Let's see here. Dean Malenko's daughter, Marie Malenko, signed with WWE after her recent tryout last month. So she'll be coming into the fold here. She's only had a couple of matches. She's similar to like Braun Breaker, where Braun had a couple indie matches and then they signed him right away. Like they saw what they saw via her match, and then she did a tryout, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna sign you." I brought up TK making the bid for WWE. We got an American Gladiators reboot, April 17th. You guys excited for it? Hosted by The Miz.
I'm hoping it's good.
You give it one.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna watch it just because of what American Gladiators is and was.
Yeah.
For my childhood. Hopefully it's better than the BS NBC put on with Hogan and Layla Ali. But I did see Wardlow. So it's nice to know he's still living and breathing.
There's a lot of wrestling talent on that show.
Camille is on there as well.
Who's that?
Boogs.
Rick Boogs, Mr. Spectacular. So yeah, there's
the only one that's actually wrestling.
He is the only one actually wrestling. Mr. Spectacular, yeah.
Oh no, Boogs is Spectacular. Who's that?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
From TNA. Was TNA.
So Evil and Takahashi are expected to sign with WWE. Evil wanted to go to NXT. Since David Finley's too good for NXT. But Evil wanted to go so he could get acclimated to WWE as well as American television. But WWE wants him on the main roster. I'm thinking to book him in some type of deal with, Shinsuke and Tama Tonga and what they've been telling there.
I can see him on Raw since he's engaged to EO. How they like to keep couples together.
Which one?
Evil and EO.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Chris. I thought you wouldn't knew.
I don't care about who she's engaged to.
We talked about Lesnar and Oba. They had, as far as 3-4 days ago, that segment across social media platforms in 12 hours garnered 61 million views, which is crazy. And then this is something that you guys may want to get into for a long-term intro topic, but Front Office Sports in WWE announced the content partnership. I saw a lot of back and forth on this, so we'll save this for a more in-depth conversation. I'll circulate the release and what you guys can read into, but basically,
see how it plays out first.
This is. I saw a lot of people saying this is not good. Essentially, WWE buying journalism. So,
anybody shocked?
Were you the one that sent it with iHeartRadio?
TNA, yeah.
TNA and
I was
iHeart.
trying to wonder.
What does that entail?
So it's for it's audio and
Okay.
podcast. So I don't know if you're going to be able to listen to like pay-per-views.
Yeah, do they do that?
Maybe they're starting to do that now. So yeah, I don't know what all that's going to entail. I like the direction because it's something different.
Yeah.
For TNA and it's another way to get content out there. So this is going to be a rollout for several podcasts, etc. Another way to get involved with TNA there. So they're doing a couple different things TNA wise outside of, according to Chris, putting on shit TV.
See, tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, and then the last one for me, what is there a piece of like in-ring gear or memorabilia from a wrestling standpoint that if you guys had unlimited funds, what you would want to purchase to have at an auction?
Previously, it had always been Hogan boots.
Now anything Charlotte.
Previously.
Well, this ties into Donald's WrestleMania game. So there was an authentic event-worn Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania 38 right knee brace up for sale, up for auction.
No.
The current bid at the time, I don't know what it actually finished at, but the current bid at the time when I saw this was $55,005.
No.
For Austin's
really
right knee brace. So I have to go back and see what it actually sold for, but
is it coming signed?
It better come signed, and I get to meet him and have a beer with him.
Not gonna happen.
Maybe lifetime supply of Broken
El
Skull
Segundo,
IPA.
That's authenticity.
Yeah. If I had something, it would be a Macho King scepter he broke off a warrior's head.
I'm trying to think, like, if funds are unlimited, I'm probably going for like a Eddie Guerrero lowrider to have, in that regards.
Stone Cold Squad.
The one where he hit the fan in, riding around the ring at the last WrestleMania drunk. Whatever happened to that? Didn't she sue him? Like, whatever happened to that?
Hush, hush, under the table.
I think there was money given.
Yeah.
I think it was.
You got WrestleMania tickets for life.
What do they call that? Like whenever it's just behind the scenes.
He's in off for life.
Like a wall in your area.
You got the ESPN app for free.
But it is interesting to see like what you would pony up money for, if it wasn't you weren't hamstrung by not having money to buy from a collectible standpoint.
And like, who has that and who auctions that? Like, just the way this stuff travels, just I don't know.
Hey.
For as much stuff as WWE keeps and Talon keep, it's
Yeah.
amazing that stuff that gets mixed up.
Or that's out there on the open market. I mean, look how long it took for them to find Flair's with the black and white robe from.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was a whole thing, right? I did enjoy the Treasure Hunter show where they would go back to try to get the memorabilia back from fans for different things. But
I just have two. Dennis Connery, Midnight Express member, died this morning. So rest in peace to him. Yeah. And then rest in peace, Chuck Norris.
nothing on Rodman going into the WWE Hall of Fame, and Shams Charania bringing in the one to break the news. WWE got one up by their ESPN partner there. And who inducts Rodman? I saw that question being floated around. You would have thought it would be Hogan, but
Bischoff.
Somebody said Karl Malone. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
It'll probably be Nash.
DJ, did you drop a lot of money last night at the establishment you were at, or was it just a window peek and see type of night out? Because that goes one of two ways. You're either window shopping or you come back and you pull out receipts from the ATM like, damn, I spent how much last night?
DJ out there balling.
You met a Wesley? What is Wesley? He met Wesley from
Wesley?
Yeah, Buddy Wesley.
Oh, he met a wrestler, not Wesley, a wrestler.
You mean Xavier Desmond?
You can try. Is it a known wrestler? You can. Oh, you work there. Well, yo, let's fly out. Let's get the dump marks in. Let's go.
30.
I wonder why.
Hold on, what's going there?
You bouncing? He's working the door.
He's the DJ.
Might be the talent. I don't know.
Make that money, DJ.
DJing would make the most sense, but we're dumb marks.
Getting stripper. Okay.
Well, everybody else just went around the actual establishment. Jason just drops it like, yeah, like dumb mark. That was tremendous last night too. Mark ass stooge, you indie nerd, like Randy Orton saying that to Cardona. Cardona got to be so mad that he re-signed with WWE.
All right, so thank you for watching and listening to episode 283. Man, shut up of the Dumb Marks podcast. Hit all of our social media sites at Dumb Marks Pod. Visit dumbmarkspod.com and see all of our links. Surfshark, Pro Wrestling Tees, WWE. Like, share, and follow on Spotify. And that is about it. And for...
Say quote of the week.
Yeah, I'm about to get a quote. And our quote of the week is, don't be afraid of the dark, be afraid of the silence. And with that, see you next week. And as always, Konnichiwa Kairi-san and Saya Kamatami.
Kyrie broke the internet this week. She broke Instagram.
Oh, I saw. Well, she sent it to me first. So.